friend. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
What I remember most about the '64 campaign was the '64 Civil Rights Act. My dad had been a Republican all his life. And in '64, he switched. And he voted for Johnson, and he became a Democrat because Goldwater was against the '64 Civil Rights Act.
On the eve of the convention, 40,000 people, half of them Negroes, demonstrate against Goldwater in the largest civil rights demonstration since the March on Washington last summer.
I am compelled to urge Negroes and all people of goodwill to vote against him. His election would be a tragedy.
You have said, I believe, that we have no right to tell the southern states what they must do about school integration. I can't understand this statement. Do you mean to say the Supreme Court decision is null and void?
No, the Supreme Court decision is not necessarily the law of the land. The Constitution still is. They interpreted by that action that it was wrong to have segregation. Now, they didn't spell out what was to be done.
I was a Goldwater girl. I mean, really, we used to wear, little banners which said Goldwater girl.
Not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predatory. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heal. 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 Bring them to heal.
Greetings, citizens of the world. We are anonymous. For too long the 1% has unleashed their dogs onto citizens, and now ZeroSec is here to expose them. Poor people are the victims of crime, so they should have more protection. If only the police weren't so racist, or didn't carry out policies like stop and frisk, or shot fewer unarmed men, they could function as a useful service that we all need. The problem rests on a misunderstanding of the origins of the police. They were created to protect the new form of wage labor capitalism that emerged in the mid to late 19th century from the threat posed by that system's offspring. Before the 19th century, there were no police forces. There was a system of elected constables and sheriffs responsible to the population. In the South, they were hired men for slave control. The North grew with immigrant wage slaves, separated from the wealthy elite that ran the government. Class conflict roiled in strikes and riots as the rich bled the poor. A militarized police state formed to put the working class in their place. As a business model, they sold themselves as the thin blue line protecting civilization. Bourgeois civilization from the working class. Today that class is black and Latino.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Justice for the black, no justice for the brown. So what we gonna do? Shut it down, shut it down. No justice for the brown, no justice for the black. So what we gonna do? Fist up, fight back.
But the change has been long coming. We are still waiting. How many more victims were unjustly killed since Amadou Diallo? We cannot even begin to count.
They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad.
Affectionately known to the community as Uncle Bobby. I am the uncle of Oscar Grant. How many of you seen the movie Fruitvale Station? I'm gonna be short. I just want to say this. One famous person that I know who's standing behind me right now named Cornel West said this: if you want to hear the truth, you must let the suffering speak. Martin Luther King said it this way: cowards ask, is it safe? Expediency asks, is it political? Vanity asks, is it popular? But conscience asks, is it right? There comes a time when neither safe, political, or vanity is the reason why you stand. You stand because it is right. Rise up! Rise up!
It is with great pleasure I introduce the people's scholar, the people's leader. Let's give it up for Dr. Cornel West.
My brother, I love you. I love you, Doc. Brother Jerome, we here because we have a deep love for those who are being abused by the police. Don't get it twisted. This is a love train. This is what the Isley brothers call a caravan of love. How many of y'all love the people? How many of y'all serve the people? And we here because we want to keep the family center stage. This is not the time for a speech. We know that the capitalist system is failing us. We know the criminal justice system is failing us. We know that white supremacy is alive, but it's still alive. It is failing us. Male supremacy too. Homophobia too. Anti-Arab too. Anti-Jewish too. Anti-Muslim too. But we here to focus on the family, y'all. This has been a major effort to bring families from all over the country, from every corner of the American empire. And we want to make sure we salute them.
Our job is not to divide. Our job is to bring people together. If we do not allow them to divide us up by race, by sexual orientation, by gender, by not allowing them to divide us up by whether or not we were born in America or whether we're immigrants, when we stand together as white, black, and Hispanic, gay and straight, and woman and man, when we stand together and demand that this country works for all of us rather than the few, we will transform America. And that is what this campaign is about. It's bringing people together.
We did not declare class warfare. It was the 1% that declared war on the citizens over a century ago. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.